Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Cure for the Common Game. It is confession time. Okay. One of my, I was going to say it's one of my many obsessions. I really only have two, and that is building EDH6. Anyway, Thalia. This was the buy box promo for that set, I believe, and I didn't. Normally, I keep track of that stuff, but this particular set I didn't. And I walked up and bought a box, and they're like, "Oh yeah, here. By the way, you get this." And they put this in my hand, and I lost my freaking mind. First off, don't know if you can see it, but the eyes are foil blue. I mean, her blue eyes just grabbed me. And she's blonde. Now, blue-eyed blondes are, yeah, never mind. It's, yeah. Anyway, so the very first thing when I was handed this card, I went, I'm going to build tribal blondes. So, this is a tribal blondes deck. It probably will not be as good as I want it to be. I've played it once, but it's hard to count because the one time I played it, it was a guy like turned forward the table. So, I mean, yeah, it was pretty rough. So I really don't know exactly how it's going to do. And for like my other hardcore theme decks like Tribal Beards, it's all non-land cards must feature a blonde. Rules clarification. Because I'm me, I was actually searching for, I even asked the wife, I was like, are core blonde? Because the core, you know what I'm talking about. And she said, well, it's your deck, you're building it, you decide. And so my thing was, the blonde that, anyway, platinum blondes are damn near white hair. So in order to actually find enough, then yes, I count core as being blonde, so we will go ahead and get the core out of the way. These are the core cards or cards with core on them. Obviously, Conqueror's Pledge. Just going to blow through the core because some people say the core aren't blonde, but you know what? When more, blondes come out, I will absolutely and positively work them in. Now, back in the ongoing story days of Gerard's sweetheart was Hannah, and Hannah was blonde. So there's about 4 cards in here. We got Safeguard. And kind of one of my favorite disenchant arts because, she's that's a metallic sliver that she's messing with. Fighting on the deck of the Weatherlight, that's cool. And also, angels. Angels tend to be blonde. Now, some of the angels are a little harder to find. The portal card here. I love the fact that this is like an elf angel, or maybe it's from a world that, I don't know, but you don't really see many multi-race angels, probably because in the magic world, angels are created beings, they're artificial beings. There aren't natural angels, they're all created. So maybe somebody will create something like we got a Traxa, Anyway, Twilight Shepherd. We're gonna, blonde hair right there. Sarah's Embrace. This is just beautiful golden locks. Planar Birth. You can tell like right in there. There's a little bit of blonde hair showing through. Voice of Reason. Congregate. By the way, this is a great thing to change target of if you have that ability. It's got Avacyn in it. And here, in this particular art, Avacyn does look more blonde than white-headed. Restoration Angel is beautiful. Now, for my definition, a lot of people will call that blonde, and it's just, in my opinion, almost, it's just barely blonde. Because if it was any darker, it'd just be brown. But Ray of Dawnbringer. This specific art, the other one is a redhead. Angel of Serenity. And that's, now, this guy is a great artist to capture the hair and the face and the mood that he did. It's beautiful. Aegis Angel. Tormented Angel, which I never got the idea of why it's called Tormented. You would think they'd have black or some kind of drawback or something, but I don't know. Subjugator. This is another art that's really, really impressive to me. We have Circle of Protection Blue, because, you know, that's clearly a blonde. Rashka. That's right. In that storyline in Olgrata, she hunted vampires, so that's where her ability comes from. Spectre Ward. Almost didn't put Spectre Ward in here because truly blonde, and it's a good card. Thalia. Humbled. There's a faint glint right up here. That's blonde that I saw. Sarah's Boon. Apparently, once you put the word Sarah in on a card, it's going to be blonde, unless it's the angel. And then, anyway. We have a combat medic. Now, yes, this is kind of cheaty face because that right there, she's blonde. She's not, but let's face it, there's a blonde right there. Landbind Ritual. Inheritance. Actually, Inheritance comes through on both my criteria, blonde and white. So, it's white-haired. Worship. Had to be this art of Worship as well because of the long golden locks there. Now, Ogre's Cleaver. I saw this, and I mean, the very first time I saw Ogre's Cleaver years ago, I was like, is that somebody, whoever... I've never heard of this artist before this card, because to be honest with you, the idea just popped in my head that he had seen the movie before. There's a movie a long time ago, I think it's in the 70s, where Bo Derek is a blonde and has this exact hairdo. As I remember, she doesn't have a, huge weapon in her hand, but, it works. There again, Bonds of Face. And here's the weird part. I almost don't see the big demon thing. My eye, when I look at the art, I have to actually focus in to see the demon. Veteran Swordsmith's art is amazing, and so good. Thalia's Lancers. Aura Fracture. Yeah, Rebecca Gray's art is... I'm not exactly certain how to pronounce the last name. I don't know. But her art, she was one of the early Magic artists, and she stopped producing Magic content for a while and then started back, and people were like, oh my gosh. Because I think in one of the supplemental things, I think maybe last year's Commander, she did an art of each basic land, and people can now are all like, I can do solid Rebecca Gray. And yeah, I'll probably build that deck at some point in time, but I won't like it because... Me personally, she is a very talented artist. Her style of art just does not appeal to me. Anyway, we got Erase. Knight Errant. Now, Hero of the Blade Hold. This looks like, I mean, yes, we all know the card was great, but this just looks like somebody you don't want to mess with. I mean, even the hairstyle just says, I'll cut you into little tiny pieces. And Order of the White Shield. That is all I have for blondes, sadly. I do appreciate you watching. This is kind of one of the more fun decks. It's for weird deck night, I guess. I do appreciate you watching. Y'all let me know what you think. right now we're going to shuffle and cut.